At Allama Iqbal International Airport, Lahore, an Airbus A320 prepares for departure. Pakistan International Airlines flight PK-8303 is a daily passenger flight between Lahore and Karachi. At around 1 p.m., the flight 8303 is given clearance to depart and takes off at around 13:05.
Sun 8303 Airborne 05, contact approach 121.3 alarm. 113 अल्लाह हाफिज. एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन अगर बुरा ना बनाए पूछूं. प्लीज गो. ये रनवे की सेंटर लाइन और एज लाइट जो है ये विजिबिलिटी तो मेरे ख्याल में टुडे इज टू मच है, तो इसकी कोई रिक्वायरमेंट है या जस्ट अब मैं गलती से ऑन रह गई है? नहीं, ओमानी के अप्रोच के लिए ऑन की थी दोनों लाइट्स. 18 लेफ्ट क्योंकि आईएलएस नहीं आना है, तो विजुअल अप्रोच कर रहे हैं. ओके, थैंक यू.
In the hours leading up to the landing, the plane will become one of the deadliest crashes in the history of Pakistan. On board PK-8303 are Captain Sajjad Gul, Flight Officer Usman Azam, 6 cabin crew members, and 91 total passengers. After a fairly uneventful flight, the plane was cruising on top of Makli when ATC issued its first warning to reduce the plane's altitude. When the plane was 18.5 kilometers away from the airport, the ATC issued its second warning to lower the plane's altitude. The plane was supposed to be flying at 3,000 feet, but it was flying at 7,000 feet instead. The pilot said he was satisfied with the altitude. When the plane was 8 kilometers away from the airport, it gets confirmation to land at runway 25. The pilot slowed down the landing gear, but it does not engage properly.
So the landing gear is attached to the undercarriage of the primary structure of the aircraft. The landing gear enables the aircraft to taxi, safely land, and take off, and any other ground operations.
The pilots did not inform the ATC that their landing gear had not been retracted.
We are comfortable, we can make insure. We are comfortable now and we are out of 3,500 for 3,000. Established ILS 25 left. Sir, we are established on ILS 25 left.
So you are 5 miles from touchdown, distance passing 3,500. Sun 8303 clear line 25 left.
Roger, Pakistan 8303.
The pilot, with the landing gear still not retracted, goes to attempt belly landing on runway 25.
Belly landing is a landing with no gears. Either you forget to extend your landing gears during landing, or they don't come out by default for some mechanical issues like hydraulic issues. So that is what a belly landing is. It's a gear up landing basically when the gears are not extended at the time of touchdown and the aircraft touches either on the engine pod or on the belly of the aircraft.
This is the video of Polish Airlines Flight 16 belly landing at Warsaw Airport, Poland. As the plane reaches the runway without its landing gear, it touches down on the runway twice. first at 45,000 feet from the runway threshold, and the engine scraped the runway. Second contact occurs at 5,500 feet, where the right engine made contact. At this point, the pilot discontinues the attempt to land and goes back in the air to perform a go-around. The place the plane scraped the ground can be seen in this video. The black marks are of the engine hitting the runway. Here, the engine hit the runway for the second time. And then, the plane goes for a go-around.
303 going round.
3 report reaching altitude 3,500 feet.
For Pakistan 8303, we would like to come again for ILS 25 left.
Descend left heading 110, climb 3000.
Left heading confirm.
From left heading 110, climb 3000.
110, climb 3000, Pakistan 8303.
8303, you are jumping altitude 2000.
Sir, we have just give me 2000.
So maintain 2000. 8303, most traffic showing 1800 feet at descent.
Copied, sir. We are now trying to maintain.
8303 approach.
Ji, sir.
Appears to be turning left.
While proceeding back, sir, we have lost engines.
Confirm you are carrying out belly landing. Runway available to land at 25.
Roger. Clear, Mayday, Pakistan 8303.
Pakistan 8303, roger sir, both runways available to land.
PK-8303 crashed near the runway in a residential area called Model Town. According to eyewitnesses, it first hit a mobile phone tower and then fell on top of the houses. The plane's main body landed in the middle of the street, while the engines and wings ended up being on the top of roofs. Result is less damage to the houses. Rescue teams immediately swarmed the area and Karachi hospitals were alerted for emergency. Pakistan, already stretching with its medical resources during this pandemic, now also had to deal with the crashing of this plane. The plane was only a few kilometers away from the airport when it crashed. And of the 99 passengers and the cabin crew, only 2 passengers survived. Muhammad Zubair and Zafar Masood, who also happens to be the head of the Bank of Punjab. Identification of the passengers through DNA testing is still underway, and almost all bodies have been identified. ED reported that there are 25 to 30 burnt on the ground, but not killed. But a week after the incident, a 13-year-old Nahida Khashkeli died in the hospital, thus became the first and only ground casualty. Investigation started right after the crash and many reports came out. The Civil Aviation Authority, CAA, released a report stating that the crash was due to the pilot error and suitable actions will be taken to ensure future safety. The CAA also accused the pilot of ignoring commands from the ATC.
Can pilots ignore commands from ATC? Kinda. So, ATC's commands are highly recommended, but at the end of the day, the pilot in command determines if the situation is unsafe and they can take extra measures if they do so. That's the only situation where they can divert from ATC's command.
But the CEO of PIA, Arshad Malik, showed confidence in his cabin crew and suggested to wait for the investigation before the blame game.
So technically, operationally, और एक ही आपको पता है आजकल फ्लाइटें जहां हम 100 फ्लाइटें करते थे वहां सिर्फ 10 फ्लाइटें उड़ रही हैं और पूरा केबिन क्रू मेरे पायलट सब ऑपरेशनली एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिवली हर चीज़ इन प्लेस थी। अब ये सान्या कैसे हुआ, इसका एक ही मुस्तनद और मुसल्लमा असूल है, वो है इंक्वायरी। इससे पहले आप मेरे से पूछें, आप मेरे चीफ टेक्निकल ऑफिसर से पूछें, आप मेरे चीफ फ्लाइट सेफ्टी ऑफिसर से पूछें, तो ये कोई किसी किस्म की आपको फर्म स्टेटमेंट नहीं दे सकते।
PIA also stated to make sure that investigation goes public. The PIA asked CAA to explain their accusation in the pilot. Airbus also offered to provide assistance and help in the investigation, and 11 Airbus members arrived at the site to inspect and recover the black box. The federal government constituted an investigation team to investigate the crash of PK-8303. Pakistan Airline Pilots Association criticized the authorities for only leaking specific information that will turn the investigation into CAA's favor. It also criticized the blame on the pilot being baseless and the 4 board-member team as underqualified for the occasion. Nothing conclusive can be said as of yet, whether the crash was due to a technical or a human error. The Airbus was insured for 19.7 million rupees by the National Insurance Company of Pakistan. But the plane was on lease from an Irish company called Celestial Aviation Trading 34 Limited in Ireland and was not owned by PIA. So the insurance money will go to the Irish company, not PIA. Every passenger on the plane was also insured for 5 million rupees and will be provided to heirs after the legal formalities are completed. Ghulam Sarwar Khan, Minister of Aviation, announced that the compensation will be given out to heirs of deceased cabin and crew. The government will also provide for the reconstruction of the damaged buildings. The black box of PK-8303 was recovered a week after the crash and was taken to France for further investigation.
It records all the parameters of the flight, including height, which is called altitude, speed, vertical speed, engine parameters, exhaust gas temperature, everything in a flight from the moment you start the engines till the time it's shut down. It records all the parameters of the flight. Its purpose is pretty obvious. It's used in crash investigations. You don't take out a black box after every flight unless and until there is an incident or an accident. It's used for investigative purposes to figure out what went wrong. Was it a pilot error? Was it an engine failure? Was it a hydraulic failure? What actions were not taken at the right time or what wrong actions were taken? So putting all of that together, it basically records the entire flight from your engine startup to shutdown.
The French Bureau of Investigation of Civil Aviation said in a tweet that the downloading of the data from the black box of PK-8303 is complete and a press release will be released shortly after.
Regardless of whoever was at fault, the thing is, we lost a lot of precious, innocent lives. Investigation is key, but why do you think our eyes are in front of our heads? Because we need to look forward. The report of the crash will come sooner or later, but we should leave the blame game behind and try to redress our institutions to safely fly our people around the world without the constant fear of crash or death. and only our authorities can assure that safety for our people.